dielectric constant of a dielectric material that we want to find out. As you told rightly, we can define dielectric constant K as a ratio between capacity of a capacitor with dielectric to capacity of a capacitor without dielectric. This is one way of defining dielectric constant based upon capacity of capacitor. Or the other way we can represent dielectric constant as relative permittivity epsilon r. So it is the ratio between permittivity of medium to permittivity of free. Can be defined as a ratio between permittivity of medium to permittivity of a free space. So here we want to find out the aim of this experiment is to determine the dielectric constant of a capacitor. So you know capacitor is going to have two plates. So this is connected to the positive terminal, and let me say this plate of the capacitor is connected to negative terminal. What happens? All the positive charges will accumulate here. All the negative charges are accumulated here. Without introducing a dielectric slab, what is this capacity? We will represent as C naught, per capacity of a capacitor without introducing a dielectric slab. Now, if you go for introduction of a dielectric slab, so when you keep a dielectric slab in between the capacitor plates, what happens? All the positive charges will be aligned. That means dielectric will be polarized. All the positive charges will be aligned to the negative terminal, and all the negative charges will be aligned towards positive. And that now with the introduction of dielectric slab, the capacity is C, and we told that K is equal to C by C naught. The ratio between what is the capacity with dielectric to capacity without dielectric, that ratio we will call as dielectric constant. So we want to find out the dielectric constant of a capacitor. So what are the apparatus required? A DC voltage source. A DC voltage source we are going to
Battery.
use. Battery, nothing but DC voltage source which gives DC. Then what is this one? Resistor.
Resistor.
So this is my electrolytic capacitor. So this capacitor is going to have two different sized legs. This long leg we will call as positive, this one we will call as negative. Okay, so this is we will call as electrolytic capacitor. Electrolytic capacitor. This is our resistor. This is our DC battery. This is our voltmeter. And this is SPDT. What will call it as? SPDT. What do you mean by SPDT? Expansion? Single pole double throw. So we have a single pole, and you can throw this side or this side also. You can throw on either side. So you can throw this side or you can throw this side. One side it is going to act like a connect. It is going to connect the circuit. Other side it is going to disconnect the circuit. So SPDT stands for single pole double throw. For charging and discharging purpose, we are going to use this one. Now next formula for the dielectric constant of a capacitor. Note down somewhere. The formula for this experiment is dielectric constant epsilon r is equal to T into D into 10 power minus 6 by 0.693 into epsilon naught into length into breadth into resistance. So here D stands for distance of separation of capacitor strips. So here you have two capacitor strips. What is the distance between these two capacitor strips? That is distance of separation of capacitor strips. I have given in centimeters. I kindly request you to convert them into meters only. Then breadth of the capacitor strip. So it is going to have capacitor strips like this. What is the breadth of these capacitors? Then length of the capacitor. So this is the length of the capacitor. This is the breadth of the capacitor plate, and this is the distance of separation between two plates. And what is the resistance we are going to use in this circuit? These are the values. So T into D into 10 power minus 6 by 0.693 into epsilon naught into L into B into R. So here D is given. What is the D? Could you tell me what the value of D in meters? Meters, right. So D is given, B is given, L is given, and what is L value? 5.5 into 10 power minus 5 meters. Antena? Convert చేసి చెప్పండి నాన్న 0.0055 centimeters into meters.
Yes, sir.
0.0055
5.5 into 10 power minus 5
meters. So, and our resistance what we are going to take is 10 kilo ohm, 10 into 10 power 3 ohms. So, ఇక్కడ నీకు ఇచ్చిన ఫార్ములాలో T is given, epsilon naught, what is the epsilon naught value? 8.85 into 10 power minus.
8.87.
So, what is the only thing you have to find out to calculate this experiment? You have epsilon naught value, you have length value, you have breadth value, you have resistance value, you have separation distance between the probes. All the data is given. So what is the only thing left out for you to find out? T. So what is the T called? Time constant. That is the only thing you have to find out and keep in this experiment. Remaining all this thing is obtained from the data sheet. A 2200 microfarads capacitor. If you take what is the length, what is the breadth, what is the separation distance, all they have given from their data sheet. We have collected this value. So in this experiment, only thing you have to do is determining the time constant. Right? What is the circuit diagram? So what is this one? Positive of the battery.
DC voltage.
DC voltage, negative of the battery. The positive of the battery too we have given to SPDT, single pole double throw. You see, if this pole is connected this side, it is going to connect the circuit. If pole is connected this side, it is going to become short circuit. Okay, so it is going to become discharge. Capacitors will discharge if you throw this SPDT to this side, and when you throw this single pole double throw to here, capacitor will charge. So a resistor, a capacitor. So thus simply it is a RC circuit. How we connected RC? In parallel or series? How the resistance and capacitances are connected in this circuit?
Series, sir.
Series circuit only, isn't it? Series circuit only. So this is the circuit diagram, simple circuit diagram which you have to implement in our regular lab after coming from the COVID lockdowns. We should do this practically in our lab. So plus minus, plus is connected to SPDT. From that to we connected it to 10 kilo ohm resistor. Yes.
SPDT ante single pole double
throw.
thrown.
It is a single pole. You can throw this twice, this side or this side, double throw. If you throw this side, it is connecting the circuit. If you throw this side, it is disconnecting. That means short circuiting the path. So that's why SPDT stands for single pole, which you can throw twice, double throw, this side or this side. SPDT. So 10 kilo ohm, and this is our 2200 microfarads capacitor we are using in this circuit. And what is the voltage across this capacitor that we are going to measure with the help of a voltmeter or voltmeter. So voltmeter we connected parallel to capacitor, so that what is the voltage stored on this capacitor we can find out through this voltmeter. So this is the circuit diagram. After the circuit diagram, tabular form, serial number, time in seconds. So for every 10 seconds, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, how the charging is taking place. So with respect to time, we will check out the voltmeter reading. For every 0, 10, 20, 30, for every 10 seconds, how the voltmeter is 0, 0. For 10, some voltage is going to be, some 20, some voltage will, like that we will find out how the capacitor is charging with respect to time. But let me ask you one question. Our interest is to study the charging and discharging of capacitor and to determine the dielectric constant. Then why you have introduced the resistor in the circuit? What is the importance of resistance? So
Fluctuations controlled by the resistors.
fluctuations. Okay, you tried, no problem. So what is happening is, if resistance is not there, this capacitor charges instantaneously, and if you draw a graph between the voltage versus time, that is going to be automatically a straight line. Instantaneous charging will take place, and when you discharge instantaneously, it is going to drop down. So directly charging a capacitor, what happens? The capacitor is going to charge to its fullest capacity within no time, and it is going to discharge within no time. But what we are interested is, we want to find out how it is charging gradually and how it is discharging gradually. So we are sending current through this resistor. So what is the purpose of resistor? Resistor opposes the flow of electrons. So electrons will move slowly, and capacitor will take some time to take full charge. Or else a fully charged capacitor, when it is discharging to resistor, it is going to discharge gradually. So this is the charging curve. This is the discharge curve. So the charging and discharging will take place gradually if you send the current through capacitor through resistor. Without resistor, you won't get this kind of curvatures. So instantaneous charging and instantaneous discharging will take place. So that's why we have introduced this resistor also, to observe its charging and discharging characteristics. So with respect to time, we will find out how it is charging. So what is the capacitor we are using? 2200 microfarads. What is the resistance we are going to use? 10 kilo ohm, and we would like to like to see how the charging is taking place from 0 to so many values. Maximum, I think it is going to, what is the voltage we are using in this circuit? 9 volts. So automatically it is going to up to 9 volts, 8.89 or 9 volts. And when you discharge, what is the starting point? 8.89 volts, and it is going to decrease, and finally it is going to reach to 0 volts. So from 0 to 8.89 volts, how much time it is taking to charge? From 8 fullest charge to how it is going to discharge. These are the issues we want to see, and then we draw a graph, time versus voltage. Time versus voltage graphs we will draw, and the intersecting point of these two, charging and discharging graphs, will give you time constant. Time constant. So truly speaking, time constant is a product of resistance into capacitor. Time constant is a product of critically resistance into capacitance. What is the resistance? 10 into 10 power 3. Capacitance 2200 into 10 power minus 6 farads. What is the value you are going to get? At what this what should be the time constant now? Multiply 10 into 10 power 3 into 2200 into 10 power minus 6, and what is the time constant value?
22 seconds.
22 seconds. Okay, 22 seconds. Theoretical value. This is theoretical. Practically, we should get that value by plotting this graph. So with respect to times, charging we have to plot. With respect to time, we should plot the dischargings, and where this intercepting, that should be approximately equivalent to our 22 seconds. Right? So finally, we should get the dielectric constant of a capacitor. Now let me show you the demonstration of the experiment. We have discussed about that. Now it is time to go for the demonstration of the experiment. So it is not possible to write. Okay, this is our DC battery. From this DC battery, to what we did, connected positive to one end of the SPDT, negative to other end of the SPDT. From negative of the SPDT to resistor.
Resistor.
resistor to capacitor. Across the capacitor, I connected the voltmeter. So you can use it as ammeter, voltmeter, or even you use it for measuring the resistance also. Multimeter, what we will call it as multimeter. And here we are using the function of multimeter as a voltmeter. So other end we connected to the, so you see these two wires are connected parallel to capacitor. Here is one wire and is the other wire. So other end too we have connected to the central part of this SPDT. Now charge stimulation. What is the voltage? 0.00 volts. Now what is the simple experiment you should do here? You should do it across. రాయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ లేదు. Am I right? Yeah. So here is some option I am getting. Time versus what you have to measure?
Voltage.
So 0, 0, right? We have not started. For every 10 seconds, we will try to see. I request you people to take the readings. I'm afraid I could not write quickly. Up to 90 seconds we will take, no problem. Are you ready? So get ready with pen and pencil. So I will start the time. For every 10 seconds here, you have to measure the reading of the voltmeter. Ready?
Yes,
So I
sir.
am starting this and this. Yeah. 1, 2 seconds, elapsed 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3.54. First reading is 3.54. Now we will go for 20 seconds. 20 seconds, 5.58. 5.58. Let's go for 30 seconds. 6.77. 6.77. I repeat, 30 seconds. Now 40 seconds, 7.61. 50 seconds, 8.14. 60 seconds, 8.47. 70 seconds, 8.63. 80 seconds, 8.77. And 90 seconds. What is the value? 8.86. So this is fully charged. So we have taken the readings for charging mode. Time versus charging mode. I hope you have noted down. Now what we will do? Get ready with
Discharge.
the discharging mode. 0, what is the value for 0? Discharging the first value is 8.93. Ready? Right. Now again for every 10 seconds. 8.93 is the first reading. Now for 10 seconds, how much drop is coming out? It's 5.44. 5.44. I repeat. 3.51. 3.51. 2.26. 1.45. 900 MV millivolts. Okay. 60 seconds, 552. 300. So now we have taken the readings. Am I right? for charging and discharging. So this is the simple experiment is over now. So let us start our graphing from here. This is origin. Is it that much clearly visible or glaring? So what is the thing we have to take along x-axis? We have to take timing, isn't it? 0.
Time, sir.
How shall we take for every 5 lines? We will take 5 or 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
5
4, 6. So this is the big line. So this is 10. Again, every 5 it is 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 50, 70, like that we take 80, 90 and 100. And what is the maximum value? Almost 9 volts, isn't it? So let us take each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as 1 unit. Is there any options there in this view? We'll manage somehow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 0, 0. For 10 volts, what is the value?
3.54, sir.
3.54. So somewhere between here and 3.54. Next, Nana. 20.
25.58, sir.
5.58, almost 6. Okay. Right.
36.77.
6.77, 30. Right.
47.61.
7.61.
58.14.
58.14. So I stop here because I have not taken more than that. No problem. So when you graph like this, it is going to be like this. And from what is the reverse trends? So for 8 it is almost the maximum value. Okay. Then what about the 10 discharge 10? Discharge 10 value ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది?
8.93.
First the 8.53 0 దగ్గర. Okay. Next one.
5.44.
5.44.
44, sir.
5.44, right? 20.
3.51.
3.51, 20.
5.
Okay. 30.
32.26, sir.
2.26.
41.5.
1.5.
4.
4. Remaining all those things. So anything below 1 volt. Okay. We are going to get a curve like this. So what is this point? ఎట్లా చేద్దామా లేదా ఎట్లా చేద్దామంటారు? 2 ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి దీంట్లో. ఇంటర్సెప్టింగ్ పాయింట్, what is the value, you can take directly. Second, or else V maximum into 0.67 in the case of charging curve. అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? V maximum value into 0.67. So it is the time taken to charge 67% of its initial value. From 0 to 67%, how much value it is taking, that we have to take. Or in discharge mode, V maximum into 0.37. What is our V maximum? 8.86 into 0.67. Tell me what is the value of that one? 8.86 into 0.67. 8.86 into 0.67. What is the value? Multiply 8.86 into 0.
5.96, sir.
Amma?
5.936, sir.
5.936. So 5.9. So what is the 5.9 means? Almost 6 for charging. ఎంత వచ్చింది? 22 seconds we got. Okay. V maximum into 0.67 చేస్తే ఎంత వచ్చింది? 5.9 volts వచ్చింది. ఆ 5.9 voltsకి పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గ్రాఫ్ గీసి అది ఎక్కడ ఈ పాయింట్ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అయిందో దానికి డౌన్గా తీసుకురండి. తీసుకొస్తే ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 22 seconds వచ్చింది. రైట్, 22 seconds. అట్లనే 8.86 into 0.37. How much?
3.27, sir.
3.27. So 3.27. Almost it is going to be also the same line. Am I right? Extend that 3.2 where it is going to intersect. So this line should be drawn for discharging curve. This line should be drawn for charging curve. అట్లా చేసినా పర్వాలేదు, లేదా ఇంటర్సెప్టింగ్ పాయింట్ తీసుకున్నా పర్వాలేదు. సో ఎంత వచ్చింది టీ వాల్యూ మీకు ఫైనల్గా? 22 seconds. Am I right? So 0.67 into 8.86. 8.86 into 0.37. We multiplied and corresponding to that voltages we extend the lines and we got 22 seconds. So T is equal to 22 seconds. That T is equal to 22 seconds you have to use in this formula. Every other thing is there with you. So
Sir?
what is the thing you have to use? Yes.